one needs to go beyond the Rajasic, Tamasic and the Sattvic. So beyond the domain of Sattvic, it lies the truth of light. The truth is God. It is said that to realize this truth, we must transcend the Rajasic, Tamasic and Sattvic, and the meditation is one of the means of attaining such transcendence. For meditation, Krishna lays in Bhagavad Gita two important injunctions: a moderate diet and a regulated conduct of life. Yuktahara viharasya, said Krishna. Here Yuktahara does not donate complete abstinence from the food, as this would lead to physical emaciation and mental fatigue. The Buddha's experience illustrates this very well. While doing practice, the Buddha had in the beginning given up food for several days. This resulted in a dissipation of his physical and mental energies. Realizing that a healthy body and a sound mind are necessary prerequisites for effective penance, he went to a nearby village and partook of curds and appeased his hunger. From that day, he continuously taking food in small quantities every day. He was thereby able to meditate with great ease and recognize the truth. Thus, food in the right quantities and of the proper type is necessary if an individual is to meditate effectively. Excessive eating, which leads to the drowsiness, should however be avoided. The correct thing would be divide the stomach into 4 equal parts and fill 2 parts with solid part and 1 part with liquid food, leaving the 4th part empty. Filling the stomach with solid food completely promotes tamoguna, which is positively an impediment to meditation. Sleeplessness is also detrimental to meditation. Lack of sleep promotes rajoguna and fills up with unhealthy thoughts and emotion. The foodman partakes of those days is essentially rajasic and tamasic. This is the reason why there is a cruelty and unrest in the minds of men. Their physical health too is very poor. Today, a boy of 16 would have passed through all the physical experiences that a man of 60 would have gone through. Such is the deplorable condition of our youth. How can then they experience the blissful dhyana? It is imperative, therefore, for everyone to introspect and find out how much of this time has been spent in the mad race for fleeting material pleasures and how much is devoted to the thought of the God. The hedonistic man of the present day can spare no time for the contemplation of divinity. The gates of heaven shall be open for him only if he can think of God now and then. However, everyone seems to be totally preoccupied with the thoughts of one's children, friends, relations, money and material possessions. Man is thus denying himself the bliss of spiritual experience, engaged as he is in the pursuit of the transient pleasures of the world. Man must therefore divert his vision from the world of temporal joys to the bliss of Paramatma within. In the eightfold path of yoga, suggested by Patanjali in his Yoga Sutras, the last 3 stages are Dharana, Dhyana and Samadhi. Dharana thus precedes Dhyana. It denotes the fixation of the mind on the goal of Dhyana and involves the preliminary preparations necessary for Dhyana. One should adopt a comfortable posture for dhyana. The common practice is to sit with the hands in Chin Mudra with the legs crossed on a wooden plank covered with a soft skin or a cloth. These are all, however, part of dharana. Dhyana begins with the process of gradual identification with the Lord and leads to samadhi. Samadhi is a state in which dhyana attains fulfillment. In this state, the individual rises above the objective world of relative reality, the subjective identity of himself, and even the very activity that he is engaged in, dhyana. Samadhi is not a state of unconsciousness. Samadhi is not a state of unconsciousness. Neither does it means frisking about in emotional excitement. The word samadhi itself is indicative of its significance. Sama means equipoise, the intelligence. Samadhi means a state of intellectual equipoise where the individual transcends the world of duality and experiences the bliss of divine communion. You are that awareness. These all techniques, procedures are to recognize that truth is you.